Today, we have everything. Mobile phones, the internet, comfort, freedom. Yet deep inside, we feel an emptiness, a loneliness. How strange is it that the more we advance, the more meaningless life feels within? Sociologist Zygmunt Bauman gave this condition a name: liquid modernity. Today we'll explore why modern life makes us feel so empty from the inside. But what exactly does Bauman mean when he says liquid? Think of the world of our grandparents. Their lives were what Bauman would call solid. Things had structure, shape, and permanence. People grew up in the same towns, often worked in one profession for life, married once, and held values that lasted through generations. Life was not always easy, but it was predictable. There was a clear sense of identity and belonging. Fast forward to today, and you can see how everything has changed. Jobs no longer last a lifetime. Many of us switch careers multiple times, chasing opportunities or forced to adapt because industries keep disappearing. Relationships, too, are fragile. Where marriage was once an unshakable institution, now it can dissolve with a signature. And beyond that, even our values are fluid. What society believed yesterday, it questions today, and tomorrow it may completely abandon. Bauman calls this new world liquid modernity. Like water, nothing holds its shape. Everything flows, melts, and reforms again and again. At first glance, this sounds liberating. After all, who wouldn't want freedom from rigid traditions, or the chance to reinvent themselves whenever they like? But Bauman warns us, this liquidity comes with a hidden cost. It leaves us drifting, rootless, unable to find lasting meaning. Think about consumerism. In the past, people identified themselves by their roles: a farmer, a craftsman, a mother, a teacher. Today, we increasingly identify ourselves through the things we consume, the clothes we wear, the gadgets we own, the lifestyle we project online. Buying becomes a way of being, but there is a problem. Everything we buy quickly becomes outdated. The new phone, the new car, the new fashion, within months it is old news, and we feel the urge to replace it. Desire never ends, and satisfaction never lasts. Bauman suggests that consumerism gives us temporary highs but permanent emptiness. We keep filling the void with things, but the void only grows larger. It's like drinking salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. And then there are our relationships. In traditional, solid societies, love was a commitment bound by community and faith. Families were large, marriages long, and neighbors knew each other for life. Today, Bauman calls what we have liquid love. Connections are quick, easy, and just as easily abandoned. Dating apps encourage us to treat people like products. Swipe left, swipe right, try another option. It's convenient, but it comes at a cost. Depth, patience, and endurance vanish. When people themselves are seen as replaceable, intimacy loses its soul. This brings us to identity. Who are we in a liquid society? Bauman says modern people face an identity crisis because the old anchors of family, religion, community, and tradition no longer define us. Instead, we are told, be whoever you want to be. On the surface, this sounds empowering. But when the possibilities are infinite, every choice feels overwhelming. Too much freedom can become its own prison. With no permanent identity to hold on to, we keep reinventing ourselves, chasing trends, performing for others, yet never quite knowing who we truly are. This is why, despite our freedom, so many of us feel exhausted. Bauman points out that modern freedom is not just a blessing, it's also a burden. Imagine standing before a vast ocean with no map, no compass, no anchor. Every direction is open, but which way do you go? Every choice could be wrong. Every step could lead to regret. This constant responsibility to choose drains us, and in the end, many of us feel paralyzed, floating without direction. The deeper warning Bauman gives is that liquid modernity doesn't just affect individuals, it shapes the whole of society. Our jobs are insecure, governments unstable, economies fragile, communities fractured. Everything feels temporary, unstable, and uncertain. And when the foundation beneath us is this shaky, it's no surprise that inside we feel hollow. So what do we do with Bauman's insight? He doesn't give us a simple solution because liquid modernity is not something we can escape. It is the condition of our age. But perhaps the first step is awareness, recognizing that the emptiness we feel is not just a personal failure, but a cultural reality. We live in a world designed to be fast, fluid, and restless. If we want meaning, we have to build it consciously, through relationships we choose to commit to, values we hold even when they're unfashionable, and anchors we place in our lives that the liquid flow cannot wash away. Bauman holds up a mirror, showing us both the freedom and the danger of our time. Modern life gives us speed, choices, and constant reinvention. But it also gives us instability, insecurity, and loneliness. The question then is not whether we can go back to the solid past. We cannot. The question is, how can we live meaningfully in this liquid present? Can we create anchors that keep us grounded? Or will we forever drift in this endless sea of emptiness?